This season of the Urban Conservative podcast is brought to you by Newton for Senate, working to improve education, reduce taxes, and keep North Carolina #1 for business. Find out more at newtonforsenate.com. This episode of the Urban Conservative has also been sponsored by Case Technology Consulting. Help your business get value out of its data and become more efficient and streamlined. Case Technology Consulting. Check out the link in the description. Country illegally cast a ballot. It takes the power of your vote away. Visit onlycitizens.vote to find out how you can contact your legislature and get them to pass a citizens-only voting amendment. Again, visit onlycitizens.vote and defend your right to vote.
I served in the Army 26 years, retired as a colonel. I started a business from scratch that created a lot of great jobs for veterans. We help the military develop ways to defeat IEDs, improvised explosive devices, saving the lives of hundreds of American soldiers and preventing thousands of serious injuries. Now let this conservative fighter take on Biden's mess at the border. I'm Lori Buckout. I approve this message.
Ladies and gentlemen, y'all know what it is. It is time for Top of the Morning here on the Urban Conservative. I'm your host, the Dual Ali. Got to give a big shout out to my twin brother, Raheem, Architect Soto. He's on writing duty this morning for the South Shore Press. If you haven't done so already, we need you to hop over to our website, which is tuconservative.com, where you can support our mission of sharing conservative values and principles to urban communities, not just here online, but in the flesh. You can support us by becoming a Hamilton member. It's only $10 for the year. You get access to exclusive news stories, the first heads up when we do special events in a community near you. You can also go to the website, grab yourself an Urban Conservative mug, and no coffee tastes better than when it's coming out of a TUC Top of the Morning mug, or you can rock yourself an Urban Conservative t-shirt. Again, the website, tuconservative.com is where you can do that. A couple of things we need to plug this morning real quick. You are going to want to join us this coming Monday, April the 29th at 8 p.m. We have Dave Boliak, who is running to be North Carolina State Auditor. There is a runoff going on May 14th. We will have Dave Boliak on with us April the 29th at 8 p.m. live right here on the Urban Conservative. So make sure you join us this coming Monday night for that interview. Also, if you are looking to intern with the Black Conservative Federation, you need to send your resume to Christian Newton. You see the email on your screen. I'll leave it up for a second. Christian@bcfaction.com. The Black Conservative Federation is doing an amazing job across the country and building support for conservatives and Republicans within the GOP. Great dinner with them down in South Carolina. So again, if you're looking to intern with the Black Conservative Federation, make sure that you send in your resume. Also going down this coming Saturday, the 27th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., Americans for Citizens Only Voting is sponsoring the Carolina New Leadership Summit. It's going down in Greensboro at the Greensboro Marriott. Representative Ken Fontenot will be in the building, along with Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson and so many other great leaders. So make sure you are in the building for that. So all the plugs we needed to get plugged are out of the way. Hopefully everybody's having a fantastic morning. As always, jump in the comments. Let us know where you're watching from. We see Gas Houses in the building. Good morning, Miss Marla. Hope all is well with you and yours out in the Gaston County area. I know y'all got a district convention coming up. That's going to be fun. But this morning, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk a little bit about what's happening in New York before we take it down south. And one of the interesting things is, and this has been an epidemic going on for a long time in New York, is this situation where people would basically be able to squat in your house. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to share this screen with y'all so that y'all can see what we're talking about. And this is from 2023. The New York City couch potato has squatted in a 90-year-old rabbi's home for years. So basically, this lady took advantage of the kindness of Rabbi Meyer Leifer and his family, who gave her a place to stay when she had nowhere to go at the dawn of the pandemic, according to his daughter Daniela and court records. Now you can see the lady does not want to leave the man's house. And this is an epidemic in New York where people were just basically sitting in people's houses and squatting in people's houses. Well, Kathy Hochul just signed a law into place that basically says you can't do that in New York anymore. So finally got one right. I think Kathy Hochul and the folks up in New York actually got one right. And this is the rabbi's house that they're squatting in. This poor rabbi, man. So you go, you give somebody the opportunity to have somewhere to stay, and they decide they don't want to leave. Or you have a property that you own in New York, and you come back to find out that somebody's living in your property. That's basically what's happening in New York in a massive scale. And finally, they allowed, there's a squatter law. And basically, they voted to revise the way tenants are defined to exclude people who don't have homeowners' permission or the legal right to be inside the property. So they voted basically to revise the definitions. Squatters, this is Kathy Hochul, if I can get this commercial out of my way. Squatters do not have the rights of tenants. That is firm. Hochul said they can be prosecuted and there will be consequences. So that is the message that should go out there. You're not living in those houses legally. And again, I thank you for your coverage on this, she said. So generally speaking, what they had to do was redefine the law so people like the good rabbi here can live in their homes in peace. And the bottom line is, it's interesting to see that they take a step on squatters when technically aren't illegals squatting in our country. Would that be a fair assessment to say that you have illegals that are squatting in our country? Shouldn't we be doing something about the illegals? I won't even get off on that soapbox. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, in New York City, they finally passed a law to deal with the squatters' rights issue. You know, Mayor Eric Adams is still continuing to fail on the illegal immigrant situation. And basically what you're going to end up with is a bunch of people now being prosecuted, but you have soft on crime DAs. So that's what you're going to end up with. But ladies and gentlemen, we are on top of the morning here on the Urban Conservative. We are going to be right back. I didn't want to spend too much time on this squatter thing, but we're going to have a conversation about this Ryan Clark guy and this cringy crybaby session that he had because the black people are supporting Trump. So I don't know. And the black people are supporting Trump. So we'll be right back here on top of the morning. Y'all don't go anywhere. We'll be right back right after this. Doesn't mean you have to vote Democrat. This year, in order to see benefits for our communities, we need to vote outside the box. Find out more by visiting us at tuconservative.com. Have brought you chaos at our border, failed foreign policy, sky-high prices, and out-of-control crime. It's time for new ideas and new leadership. Vote Abdul Ali for U.S. House District 12, and let's make America better. Paid for by Ali for Congress. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you are back. We are on top of the morning here on the Urban Conservative. Thank you so much for rocking with us. As always, jump in the comment section. Let us know where you're watching from so we can make sure you get a shout out. Now, I'm not a big NFL person. I don't watch too much sports. You know, my son plays the 2K and he watches the sports. So I know a little bit about a little bit. But I don't know a whole lot about this guy, Ryan Clark. But apparently, he is upset in his feelings, all emotional and such, because some black folks are starting to support Donald Trump. So Ryan Clark, Fred Taylor, and Channing Crowder were discussing Stephen A's comments about Trump. Y'all listen to this.
Black people who now seem to support you only support you because they connect with you on your run-ins with the law, or only support with you because they connect with you on sneakers.
Okay.
So why can't we connect on diversity, equity, and inclusion?
Oh, all right. So he's making the claim here that Donald Trump is only connecting with black people because of sneakers and because of his run-ins with the law. Okay. It is weird when you see, right? And this is the interesting thing about this dynamic that always mystifies me. Donald Trump supported Mike Tyson. Donald Trump, when Jennifer Hudson's family got killed, she got to stay down at Mar-a-Lago. Donald Trump helped Rosa Parks. I just played the other day the video where Donald Trump was introduced by Jesse Jackson as a serious individual who was always there, not only to support Jesse Jackson when he ran for president, not only did he give the Black Wall Street program space at 40 Wall Street, he's always been connected to the Black community by virtue of being in New York. Now, I got a question for people like Ryan Clark, who seem to have a problem, right? They seem to have a problem with Donald Trump saying that more Black people are connecting because of his situation with the law, right? Do y'all remember the car called Soul? Remember the Kia Soul, right? If that's Donald Trump, right? And I'm gonna take the volume out of this, right? But for some reason, right? For some reason, Donald Trump is racist, but this is fine. Okay, this is absolutely fine. This is how corporate America thinks they need to connect with Black people, by having hip hop hamsters, right? This is what they think of us. So Donald Trump saying, right? Donald Trump saying that Black people are connecting because of his situation with the law and because of the just call it what it is, the political discrimination. That's racist. But these car companies selling us cars with dancing hip hop gerbils is somehow not racist. This is somehow okay. Look at this. You're telling me these aren't supposed to be Black hamsters? Yo, where in the universe do they do that at? So Donald Trump is wrong for him to want to connect to the Black community by talking about the things that Black folks have experienced around the criminal justice system, around the unfairness in a lot of cases, around how justice is administered. Okay. But that is somehow worse than these daggone hip hop dancing freaking gerbils. You got to be kidding me, man.
Why can't we connect on better medical care? Why can't we connect on...
Does this individual not realize how good Black people were doing under Trump?
on focusing on the mortality rate of Black mothers? Why can't we connect...
Yo, this guy looks like he doesn't know what he's talking about.
...on better schooling?
Who gave money to the HBCUs? We did connect on better schooling, Mr. Clark.
...in the minority communities. So you mean to tell me you think so low of us that we can only...
No, you think so low of yourselves. I guarantee you have one of these rapper songs on in your car. Need I go over the rap discography of the last 20 years, bro? Need to look at the current slang that runs around in the Black community? Need we take a hard, fast look at the marriage rate for Black folks? Need I take a look at the single motherhood rate in the Black community? Need I take a look at the criminal activity within the Black community? It's absolutely ridiculous that people like this get to make statements.
...to connect with you because you've been indicted? We can only connect with you because you...
He didn't say we could only.
...made ugly gold tennis shoes. And I think that's so insulting to even allege that could...
It's true, though.
...be true. And
it is true.
Let's really be clear. Nothing about Donald Trump's existence is Black.
He's not Black, you jackass.
Donald Trump can't speak to the Black existence.
What, pray tell, is the Black existence, sir? Being scared when the police get behind you? Everybody's experienced racism. That's the Black experience, sir?
He can't speak to the historical prejudice and...
You, sir? Let me go ahead. Let me go ahead and do this. Let me go ahead and do this. Let me go ahead and do this because I can't do this. Ryan Clark, American football safety, former American football player, 44-year-old guy. He was a safety and a free safety. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna just go ahead and do this because I just want to see this here. He was born in Louisiana, went to Louisiana State University, started 36 games, played in '02 went undrafted in '02. The Giants signed him to a 3-year, $906,000 contract. Come on. Then played with the Redskins. Then played with the Steelers. Come on. He retired in 2015. Come on. This country is what is this terrible existence? Right? And then let me just do this. I know this ain't always accurate. But we're gonna do it anyway. Come on, the guy's making millions of dollars. Come on. He's making so much money, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. This guy has had so much opportunity. He's net worth about $18 million. So he's probably worth $18 to $20 million in the long, in the grand scheme of things.
Discrimination that black people have faced.
All black people have faced discrimination now?
Donald Trump has never had to get that talk from his mom.
What talk? Don't act like a jackass when the police pull you over. Say yes, sir, no, sir. Have a little respect. Last I checked, every parent said that to their kids.
This is the way you deal with authority. This is the way you have to be outside the house.
Everybody has that talk, man.
Donald Trump's parents never had to worry about will he or will he not make it home based on the color of his skin.
It's not the color of your skin that parents wonder whether or not you're going to make it home. As the father of a black female and a young black man, let me tell you something. The reason I worry about whether or not they're going to make it back home is because there are people who drive drunk. There are people who commit crime. There are, in certain circumstances, times where I worry when my son's going to drive 2 hours away. So I'm a little concerned that he might get in an accident or something like that. I've never one time worried about my son getting killed by the police. You know why? Because my son's not driving around in a car with guns and drugs. My son's not driving around in a car with drug dealers or people who commit crimes. I've never once worried about the police killing or shooting my son. I've never worried about it. Not one time. Does that make me less black?
See, the only discrimination we understand, the only run-ins with the
Who's this we?
criminal justice system that we get.
You ain't never had no run-in with the criminal justice system. Like, why? Like, come on. I just looked at the wiki on you, bruh. Clark was born, he graduated. You went to college, cuz. What criminal justice system interference are you talking about? He married to Yanka. He has 3 children. He's active in the community. He participated in the '02 hometown huddle with the United Way. Come on, man. What is this criminal justice system argument that people, especially black men, what is this? Because the criminal justice system they not worried about you.
Is that sometimes you are prosecuted, sometimes you are pulled over, sometimes you are searched based on being black.
Bruh.
That's not something we can control. That's not something we're in charge.
Yo, this guy, absolute definition of libtard.
That's who we are.
That's who you are, sir. I don't walk around with that level of fear. And the folks that I know, we do not walk around with this type of fear. We just don't.
Trump has been investigated and indicted and on trial for who he is for making bad decisions.
That tells me you have no idea of what you're talking about.
And let's be very clear about one more thing. Donald Trump hasn't been black. He will never
clearly
be black. He doesn't understand what it's like to walk in the black man's shoes. And if he ever did, he'd realize that those shoes are too big and way too uncomfortable for him to wear for a day.
They have really. It's kind of like what happened to that young man in Tennessee, ladies and gentlemen. I was going to take a commercial break. But I want to pivot to something real quick. It's people like this that are continuing to weigh down black folks. It's uninformed, highly misinformed, I'll say, individuals like this. Sometimes the misinformation is willing. You're willingly misinformed. But let's take a look at something else, right? And I want to show you how you get to this point, right? We're going to talk a little bit about right now about what's going on in Tennessee. And down in Tennessee, they passed a law. The legislature passed a law that will allow teachers to carry. Now, it's an interesting law. Y'all take a look at this. And this is going to have, I'm going to tie this in to this Ryan Clark situation. Y'all take a listen to this.
Drama here in the Tennessee legislature as lawmakers vote to allow certain qualified teachers to carry handguns in the classroom and on school campuses. But after the vote, the gallery here in the Tennessee House erupted in chants and protests, saying that this was blood on lawmakers' hands for passing this.
That's a ridiculous.
Also drama down on the floor as well. I want you to hear a Democratic lawmaker talk directly to parents from the Covenant School shooting last year.
If there's any Covenant parents in the gallery today, I want to apologize to you right now. I am so sorry that you're having to sit here and listen to this. We've done nothing for you. We've lied to you. They've said they're going to do something.
Representative Mitchell, you're on your amendment, please. No, you're not. On your amendment. Stay on your amendment, please.
Representative Bo Mitchell of Nashville's mic was cut off at the end there because the speaker felt like he went off topic. Now, keep in mind, if the governor signs this bill, teachers would not be
Guns? Oh, Jesus.
required to carry a gun. It's a voluntary program. There are also qualifications teachers would have to meet.
Do y'all see how organized the
Teacher would
left
have to
is?
get permission from their principal, their director of schools, and the local sheriff or police chief. A teacher would also need to already have a handgun carry permit, receive 40 hours of additional training, and pass a psychological examination. The bill passed largely along party lines, but 4 Republicans actually crossed over with the Democrats to vote no. Here's one Republican who supported the bill on why he thinks this is a good idea.
As I look around, one of the few people that have a child in public school and will spend the next 11 years in public school. I trust my local law enforcement. I trust my director of schools. I trust my teacher. If they believe this is what's right for that specific community and it's permissive and they think that's going to help take care of my child, I fully support this bill.
So here's what you got. And we just saw this in North Carolina. You have teachers who are being wholesale assaulted. You have teachers who are being beat up, who are being attacked. You have crazy psychotic individuals out there that are running up and jumping in schools. Now, let me share this with you. This is this guy, Justin Pearson, right? This is what he had to say. Y'all listen to this buffoonery. Listen to this.
It's not just that it agitates the status quo, and that it changes the status quo. It changes the future that we will live into. And so today, they passed a horrendous law. They stopped Rep. Jones from being able to speak about it. They ended debate very quickly so that we can talk about it. They did all these things because they know the terrorist type of legislation that they are passing.
Terrorist type of legislation
Is more dangerous.
All right. This is why I bring up Ryan Clark in this thing, right? So that guy with the afro talking like a 70s blaxploitation film guy.
But the question that we must ask ourselves
Look at what is he wearing? Yep.
is, are we going to quit?
What in the Kunta Kinte hell is this guy wearing? What is that?
Are we going to stop?
Okay. So you get from that, you go from this guy though, because this is who you really are.
Justin J. Pearson, and I'm running for president of BSG. There are a few reasons that we're running this campaign this year. One has to do with representation. How can we represent all voices in a conversation?
Look, yeah, you went from that.
I wanted to do this by partnering with organizations from the Boone Democrats to the Boone Republicans.
You went from that to that. Come on, guy. You went from that guy. Okay? You went from this guy.
I want to bring together different voices, dissenting voices, voices that may be more liberal or more conservative, in order that we can reach a point of sort of the radical middle.
Seem like the NRA and gun lobbyists might win.
Yo, you went from that guy to that guy. And the problem that I have with this, and this is speaking to this Ryan Clark kind of thing, is that by and large, the Black air finger quote leadership of the last 20 to 25 years have been minstrel shows, have been puppets, have been misinformed people who are essentially there to keep that stoke that hatred, stoke that racism, stoke that fear. Never mind, this man right here made millions of dollars playing a game. Yo, I know how serious some of y'all take football, bro. It's a game. You're playing for a living. You play football. You don't work football. Nobody says I work football for a living. You play football. You play basketball. You play tennis. For the record, you don't play boxing or MMA. just to be clear. But this whole idea from people like Ryan Clark that Black folks are only supporting Donald Trump because he made the statement of his criminal, the criminal situation and the indictments and the sneakers and all that. It's absolutely ridiculous, ladies and gentlemen. It is just absolutely ridiculous. Do remember, join us here Monday night. If you are in North Carolina, we are going to have Dave Boliak on, candidate for North Carolina State Auditor. We had a great conversation the other day. I'm looking forward to bringing him on the show. People have questions about his voting record and all that good stuff. He's going to address that head on Monday night, April 29th, right here on the Urban Conservative. As well, do remember, if you want to intern with BCF, you can find out more by visiting the Urban Conservative or go to bcfaction.com. And just another reminder, do remember we have the Carolina Leadership Summit going down this Saturday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the downtown Greensboro Marriott. You can go to our website to find out more about that. For my twin brother, Raheem Architect Soto, this is Abdul Ali. I hope y'all have a positive and productive Thursday. We'll see y'all bright and early right back here on top of the morning tomorrow for the weekly wrap-up. If you have an idea or something you want us to cover, make sure you get at us. Give us a like, share, follow, subscribe. Peace and love, y'all. Doesn't mean you have to vote Democrat. This year, in order to see benefits for our communities, we need to vote outside the box. Find out more by visiting us at tuconservative.com. Country illegally cast a ballot. It takes the power of your vote away. Visit onlycitizens.vote to find out how you can contact your legislature and get them to pass a citizens-only voting amendment. Again, visit onlycitizens.vote and defend your right to vote. Have brought you chaos at our border, failed foreign policy, sky-high prices, and out-of-control crime. It's time for new ideas and new leadership. Vote Abdul Ali for U.S. House District 12, and let's make